Welcome to Just an Average Fantasy Football Podcast.
Allegedly.
I've already spilt beer, almost missed the whole intro.
No, you nailed the intro.
Not yet, but you didn't see.
No, I saw it. You nailed it. It wasn't intentional, unintentional.
I had the channel muted, didn't even realize I was on the right page, and I just took a guess and turned the volume up, and it all worked out perfectly fine. So,
Sometimes luck is way better than skill.
hey, when you're just average, you depend a lot on luck.
That's all I'm saying. That is all I'm saying.
Oh, well, welcome in to Just an Average Fantasy Football Podcast. I'm your host, Daniel Hayes, with Matt Baker
That's me.
and Larry Cowd.
What up?
We are here at the end of the season. I hope everybody, if you had Week 18s, look, I have to admit, I didn't realize I was in a league with Week 18 championship. It's because I didn't make that championship. Why I didn't realize it. It does 2-week championships.
So it combines them.
Yeah. And it's a brand new league we started this year. Super fun league. Otherwise, had I made the championship, I wouldn't have been able to talk shit to everybody. If you're going to do a Week 18 championship, I would say that's maybe the only way that it's fine. I don't like 2-week. I don't like 2-week playoffs for championships, but
I kind of like it. I miss
it's a
those old
different
ESPN leagues.
Yeah. I did it with
championships.
Hanky Panky in the beginning.
Yeah.
We started that. I did a 2-week championship.
for me, it's like I want it to be the way it's. But we did it all season, but
And just be done.
yeah, but it's not one of those things where I'm so adversely against it that I would leave a league.
Yeah.
And so I don't know, like I don't really know the pros or cons, because I can say, well, if you can't win in 1 week, blah blah. But if I was playing in 1 week and I got clapped and I had one more week, I would be super pumped about
Yeah,
it.
you'd be like, oh, yeah, I got another chance.
But if I was playing and I clapped somebody in 1 week and I got one more week for them to come back, I'll be super upset about it.
Yeah.
So
It helps when you know you have the better team.
yeah.
Well, and the hard part about Week 18 is even if you have the better team, who's really going to play? You know what I mean? Like you would have to come into it drafting in the beginning of the season, guessing that you would know who's going to sit. The Chargers sat all the starters this last week.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you would be, and the
Well,
Eagles
like the
sat all
Bill-
their starters.
and the Bills.
The Bills sat all their starters. So, I mean, you'd have to go into it knowing that you don't have Josh Allen, you don't have James Cook, you don't have Justin Herbert, and you would have to potentially draft accordingly. You're going to grab as many Bengals as you can.
It's a Baker Bottoms week is what Week 18 is.
It's
Yeah.
either that or you're grabbing these Chase Browns and these people that are on teams that are going to play but
But if
aren't
you-
going to win.
If you have a less skilled opponent,
Oh, yeah.
that's your chance.
Yeah,
Yeah,
take advantage.
And it's a good. I will say this: if you really want to piss some people off, it's a good way to block, because if you've got a team put together and then you can dump any starter you have on your bench and go grab every other scrub and throw them on your bench. You're not
The
going to
week
use.
Yes,
before.
you can.
Yeah, the week before, just go start grabbing everybody's stuff. That way, you limit your opponent's players. But
Snatching
Well-
up them Ray Davis shares this last week.
I got to ask, though, that horrible team that won a championship you had,
Yeah.
would you have won if you played an extra week?
Ooh, I didn't look into that. What'd Traylon Burks do this week?
not a damn thing. I don't know. But
I have no idea. I don't know. I'd have to look into it. That would be interesting.
Of course, on Sleeper, you're still getting the notifications that some of your guys are going on.
Yeah. I have so many
I was
teams
like,
out.
damn,
It's
I
hard
should
to
have been
remember.
playing this week.
Bro, right before the 1:00 games on Sunday, my phone's telling me games are starting. You still have so and so in your line. I'm like,
Yes,
bitch, I
yeah.
know. I don't have a game.
Exactly.
It's like, get off my nuts, bro.
Does it show me my points per week? No, it doesn't even show
No,
me
yeah,
week 18.
yeah,
If
you
they've
have to-
already ended the league at once.
So
Yeah.
it was Dak and Bucky. Bucky didn't do much. James Cook didn't
Bucky's
play.
man.
Traylon Burks, I don't know what he did. It doesn't matter. Trey Tucker played. He had a okay game. Colson Loveland had a good game.
He
Chase
balled.
Brown had a good game.
Yeah, Chase Brown did.
Hunter Henry had a touchdown in a decent game. Caleb Williams, it was ugly till the last quarter, but he had an okay game. So I mean,
that's classic Caleb Williams.
yeah, because the team I played against, look, this is going to be the team I played against had he had Jalen Hurts who didn't play, Saquon who didn't play, Jahmyr Gibbs, Puka. I don't know.
Yeah,
what Puka
everybody-
did,
Most
but
of
it
them
wasn't
didn't play
much.
the week
So
before.
everybody listening know that that's the team he beat in the
yeah.
playoffs with Traylon
100%.
Burks in wide receiver.
He had Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, Gibbs, Puka, Chase, Kyle Pitts, Jonathan Taylor, Nico
Collusion.
Collins, and no, it doesn't matter. I won. So
Yeah.
No, there's no collusion. This dude built this team. He
Trevor
drafted
Lawrence.
well. Yeah, it's a dynasty. He was building.
Yeah, if it's dynasty, it's understandable.
Oh, that's why I came into this as a 32% chance of winning. And by the end of it, I had a 100% chance of winning.
That's why I say all you got to do is get in the playoffs, man.
That's it.
Just get in the playoffs.
And then Dak, Bucky, and Traylon Burks are going to take me to the championship.
Not Bucky.
Yeah,
Bucky
no.
did no heavy
Bucky
lifting
did
for that.
8 points. James Cook did 8 points. I don't
Yeah.
know how I won. I really don't.
I mean, it sounds like
because-
everybody you had got 8 points.
It's because and it's because Gibbs got like 3 points.
Yeah, it's,
And then Jalen Hurts got 11 points.
Yeah, they all got the worst points. Yeah. Well, I had Dak put up 27, and then, of course, Trey Tucker, 9.9. Colston Loveland did 21. Chase Brown did 29. Like the last 5 weeks of the season, Chase Brown pushed himself.
Yeah,
all
Chase
the way
Brown
up.
was definitely the MVP of your playoff
Yeah,
run.
he definitely he's what really got me where I am, and honestly, Caleb Williams had a good back half.
If he was nothing, he was consistent too.
Yeah, he had a lot of 20-point.
He rarely
games.
killed you.
Yeah. So that was a pretty good draft for me. But I mean, the rest of my team, as far as my bench goes, nobody scored over 3 points. So I played my best lineup.
Yeah.
Except, Tonjes got me 19, but I didn't play Tonjes because I had to get Colson Loveland in there.
Yeah. Well, we're here. We're in the NFL playoffs now. Now, when we're done with all of the fantasy stuff, we're in the NFL stuff. So we're going to kind of break down what we think is going to happen, and then we'll go back and look at what we thought was going to happen before the season even started.
We probably don't need to talk about it.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not super pumped about looking at my own stuff, but we're going to do it.
Okay.
But we'll go ahead and kick off with some playoff stuff. So we'll start in the AFC. So the number 1 seed, the NFC or AFC. I was such an idiot. And the AFC
seeds.
is the Broncos.
Yep.
New England comes in with the 2 seed, Jacksonville with a 3. The Steelers in an amazing game last night, back and forth, especially there at the end against the Ravens. They locked in the North and they get the 4 seed. Houston with the 5, Buffalo with the 6, and the Chargers with the 7 seed. So, of course, Denver's got the bye. So this week we got the Texans at the Steelers because the Steelers won the division, so they get that 4 seed. You get the Bills at the Jaguars, and you got the Chargers at the Patriots. So tell me what you think is going to happen in those 3 games, Bus.
I think these Texans are a far better team than the Steelers. I can tell you that.
I agree with you.
Truth.
Now, the Bills and Jags, that's going to be a tough one, right? I went back and forth. I really don't know who to pick there, but I do feel like the Jags are hotter at this time. But we know these upstart teams that don't make the playoffs every season, sometimes they fizzle out when they get to the big games.
That's true.
So
With new coaches, rookie coaches at that.
yeah, so I'm still picking the Jags because I don't get me wrong, I like both of these teams, and I kind of feel like the Bills are more of my team than the Jags, but also I'm a fan of Trevor Lawrence. I always have been, but picking the Jags to win against the Bills. And the Chargers and Pats, the Pats are way better than the Chargers.
Especially the O-line the Chargers have.
Absolutely. It almost feels like they are the frauds of the playoffs. And, nothing against Justin Herbert. I really like him as much as I call him Phillip Rivers Part 2. But, hey, you're in the playoffs, so you did a little more than Phillip Rivers did.
Yeah.
How many times did Phillip Rivers make the playoffs? Like once?
I think twice, but yeah, because he also had LT and
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
what's his face at tight end?
Yeah, well,
Antonio Gates.
Yes, I was trying to think of his name just the other day. I was like,
Yeah, so
one of
he
the
has-
greatest of all time.
I think he made 2 playoffs, but I'm not 100% sure. I'll look that up. So Baker, tell me about what you got for those 3.
Similar. I got the Texans just shellacking the Steelers, man. Their defense is so much better than the Steelers' offense. It's not even funny. Now, I went back and forth with the Bills and Jags too. A little bit of, I guess, I'm a partial Bills fan, homer, whatever. I just think that it's going to be. I think the Bills they're going to take it. I think the Jags got here. They on paper they are the better team. I'm not going to lie. I think that they should come in here and just demolish this game. It should be like nearly what they did to Tennessee this last week. But Josh Allen is too good. James Cook is too good. It's going to be super close. I'm hoping it's a good game, but I got the Bills taking that one. Also, I think it's a a little bit of a revenge game for Gabe Davis, who played with the Jags last season.
Are we going to get another Gabe Davis 5-touchdown game?
God, I don't want it, but it would kind of be. It wouldn't surprise me if all of a sudden it's like, oh, it's a revenge game for Gabe Davis against the Jags, who he played with last season, and it wouldn't target him enough in the end zone or some stupid shit that they like to talk. So, who knows? You didn't hear it here first. So I'm sure somebody else said it.
Yeah.
And Chargers Patriots, there's not a lot to say there. The Patriots are just the better team. I mean, it's still kind of tough to me. I love Justin Herbert. I love a little bit of the Chargers, I guess, but I don't feel like they should be here, if that makes sense. Like, even with injury and the games, it's like the opposite of that season 2 seasons ago when every game they lost was by 1 score at the end of the game. This team, they just kind of won by 1 score at the end of the game. It's like, it doesn't feel.
I think they deserve it more than the Steelers do.
Well, I mean, yes, they do. I feel like I wanted the Ravens to win. I'm not a big fan of the Ravens, but I wanted the Ravens to beat the Steelers because beginning of the season, they on paper were the better team. Yeah, and they should have been so much better than they were. And then to come together at the end of this and still have a shot over the Steelers. Come on now. I don't know. I wanted the Ravens to win it, but they didn't. So
I think the Chargers are a testament to finding a way to win despite injury. You know, their O-line got injured, and ever since
Herbert
then,
got injured, Amarian Hampton missed time.
And them to go out there, their defense is good. It's not great. Their offense has weapons, and somehow they found a way to piecemeal their way into it. But I agree with you. I think the Patriots are the better team. So I also have the Pats. I'll say real quick. We were way off. Philip Rivers made the playoffs 7 times.
Really?
Yeah,
wow.
He made 06, 07, 08, and 09. He was the 1, 3, 4, and 2 seed with San Diego. And then he had a drought from 09 to 2013 where he made it in as the 6th seed. And then 2018, he made it again as the 5 seed. And then his last year before he decided to come back, his first year with the Colts, he took the Colts to the playoffs at the 7th seed.
Yeah, I remember him taking him. I knew he took them to the, but I don't. That's like 08, 07. That's so long
history.
ago. That's what I'm saying. That's like
so I started playing fantasy football Drew Brees' second year.
So that'd been like 02 or 03 because he rookied in 01.
Yeah, I think it's when he was
02.
I can't remember. Like he had 1 year that he started. I think he started for the Chargers 1 or 2 years.
He was drafted by the Chargers.
Yeah, and then his second year he balled, and then I think they got rid of him his third year, but I can't remember all the details. But I played with him that year, and
how'd you do in fantasy?
My first year I ever played fantasy football, I won the championship. It was in a non-money league. A buddy of mine was a high school teacher, and he played in a league with a bunch of other teachers. This is when I didn't have metrics or anything.
Were you using the magazines?
You had to pull the newspaper
There was
and read all the stuff.
I ain't that old, guys, but it was ESPN. It was an ESPN app back then, and it was
you didn't even have smartphones back then.
No, you had to get on a PC.
It's crazy.
Set your lineups.
My first league that I joined, I played and then I did not play for a while. But the guy that commissioned it, he didn't trust the internet, so he actually went and got newspapers and looked up stats and everything the hard way. And every week he would give us a paper that had everybody's stat lines and what their points scored.
Like them old school baseball guys.
We literally had a notebook, like a 3-ring 1-inch notebook that he would give us, and we'd have to give it back to him each week.
Yes, with your lineups,
with all of our lineups. Yep, exactly. And he would write out all our points and kept track of our scoring and all that stuff. And that was still in like 05 or something.
I would never commission a league if it was still that way.
I'm sure it was the worst thing he's ever done.
Dude, I can tell you right now, some people are built for that kind of shit, and I'm not one of them.
Me neither.
Well, y'all got seniority over me. I've only been playing since about 2012 or so.
Yeah.
I played my first time, I want to say it was like 05, 06. I was young. I was like 20, 19, somewhere in there. It was like a friend of a friend kind of deal. And then I went dormant for a while, and Daniel come down here, and he's like,
I played a bunch, and then I went dormant because I hung out with a bunch of people that didn't give a shit about football.
Yeah, that's how it was with me. Is nobody cared, so why would I care? So
the first, I tried to start a league at a few places that I worked at, and nobody around gave a shit when I lived up in North Carolina. So when I moved down here after my divorce, the first thing I did, I told when I first came down, I was like, hey, I want to do a fantasy football league. And he was in immediately. And then my family watches, but they're not like hardcore. At the time, they weren't hardcore NFL, none of that stuff. My brother-in-law was. He was definitely in. My brother was in. And then I got my dad in. My dad, like, he's always just been a casual fan. And it just kind of grew from there. And we've lost some, added some. And it's been going on now for this next year will be its 10th year. We just finished our 9th, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. The trophy's right behind you. What was the first year when Terry won?
2016.
So, yeah, 2026 will be our 10th year.
So, well, that would be 2, 4, 6, 8. This year is our 10th year.
How's that
2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020,
Because,
2021,
yeah.
2022.
Next season will be 11.
2024, 2025 is our 10th year. A finish of
Oh.
it. So, because we played on 2016, so you have to count that year.
Yeah, we played
all
the
way.
2016 season.
Correct. So
Gotcha.
this is our 10th year anniversary. We should have done something super big now that we think about it. But
Well, we got the poker night in 2 weeks. Well, maybe I'll try to come
Yeah,
up with
well,
something.
Actually, this year would be your 9th anniversary. Next year would be the 10th
Well, yeah,
anniversary
we-
because you don't get the
anniversary-
anniversary until one season.
until the one season's up. Yeah, but either still, it's
Yeah.
still.
Well,
we
we'll
can-
we'll figure out something because we got a couple people out of town. I don't want to try to do a 10-year thing unless we can give everybody enough time to show up.
to show up.
But either way, that's enough about this.
Either
This isn't specifically about that. So
Just an average League of Extraordinary Hooligans podcast.
which is how it started. That's exactly how
Yeah.
this podcast started. Was it started as a league podcast that nobody in the league listened to? So
Yeah.
we said, "Fuck."
And then it went to the other league you created. They actually listened.
They
A couple of
did.
them listened,
Yeah.
so we kept going. And
That one
So-
we got far more interactive.
So you really did just follow the fantasy footballers.
I tried to follow
format,
their
didn't you?
template. Yeah. Problem
oh
is,
wow,
is
there's
I
a
don't-
template.
Yeah. The problem is with them is they were all like game designers and coders and
Oh,
stuff,
yeah.
and so they had that all helps them build algorithms and stuff. So
Yeah.
that we're just blue collar guys. That's where it kind of parts ways.
Yeah, I used to listen to them a lot in the early days.
But let's get back on track with the AFC. I'll get mine. So I got the Texans winning over the Steelers. I think, again, like we said, I think the Steelers are a paper tiger. They're going to get clapped. The Texas defense is elite. They should not be on the road against the Steelers. And I just think Aaron Rodgers is butter arm, but
He's aged.
and not like
It
fine
happens
one.
to the best of us.
Oh yeah.
The Bills and Jags. I actually have the Jags winning this game. I said before the podcast started, the Bills to me are somebody that can lose the first round or they can win the whole. They can go to the Super Bowl. It just depends. But based off of what I've seen thus far, is the only way that I can make this interpretation, and that's based off of what I'm seeing right now. Is the Jags are a better team than the Bills. Their defense is better. Their offense is better. Trevor Lawrence is starting to become who we thought he was coming out of college as that elite talent, that generational type talent. The head coach there, Cohen. I want to say
Liam.
Liam. I always want to say Larry.
Yeah, that's me.
That's you. And then I also want to say Leonard Cohen,
Yeah.
the songwriter. So Liam Cohen is, I think he has designed an offense that they've obviously taken off with. Picking up Jacoby Myers was a stroke of absolute genius, I think, for them.
Yes.
What he brings to that team, he brings consistency. He solidifies that wide receiver position for them. He allows, even though Brian Thomas Jr. hasn't taken off since he's got there, he has become better. And what Parker Washington is able to do is he's working the outside, getting those big down the field plays, and letting Jacoby just be that consistent guy underneath, along with Brenton Strange, is really nice. And then, the running back, Etienne, out there just, doing what he does. So I think the Jags are set to they could make a run, but I agree with you. It's hard with these rookie head coaches and these young teams that are just now finding themselves to show up and do something spectacular and not stumble at some point. And then the Chargers had the Patriots. I'm with you guys. The Patriots are the better team here. The Chargers are just, I just don't know how freaking Herbert don't get sacked 8 times in this game.
Yeah. It's going to be. It might be ugly.
Yeah, Vrabel is a spectacular head coach, and so is, freaking khaki. Harbaugh, the khaki king, on the other side. I had every name in the world going through my head except Harbaugh.
I could hear all of them. My mind was so disturbed.
I knew who it was. I just couldn't find the name. Anyway, Harbaugh's a really good coach too. I just think it's hard to coach turnstiles on the right side of an offensive line. Is basically what they have right now. And the Patriots are a very solid team with Travion Henderson emerging. It's really. The big concern I think they have for them right now is what's going on with Diggs in this situation with these charges have been brought against him by a chef that he allegedly choked out, and so if that's going to affect at any point, but they've been piecemealing that pass game to basically a Drake May MVP season potentially.
Yeah, I mean between Booty and the rookie, whatever's God bless
Williams.
Kyle Williams.
Kyle Williams.
Yeah.
I mean it's like somebody shows up
Hunter Henry
every week.
being
Is
the
that somebody
solid-
just kind of shows up. So
Mario Douglas. So
I did see something earlier, just off cup a little bit, but Brian Thomas was rostered by the most losing fantasy teams.
that makes
this season.
sense.
12% of
yeah.
all last place fantasy teams had Brian Thomas on
That
their
makes
roster.
And 11% had Justin Jefferson. And
But yeah,
84% had Brian Thomas and Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, so I'm out here trying to buy him. I think in Dynasty a little bit because you can get him so cheap.
You might. I
So-
don't know how cheap you can get it. But I agree with you. There may be people willing to sell him, but my question is, what do you? What we're going to talk about? What is your definition of cheap for Brian Thomas?
Anything less than a high first. If you can get him for a late first, early
late
second,
first?
that's cheap. I think.
Would you spend
With his upside, knowing what his upside can be,
Right.
and knowing now potentially what his bottom is, missing a week, I think he had with an injury, and I mean, we know Travis Hunter's going to come back. So do we really think that Parker Washington is going to be the answer, or do we think that Brian Thomas pushes that roll
He
back
could
up?
be the T. Higgins in this situation.
You think Parker Washington is the T. Higgins or
No,
Brian
no,
Thomas?
Brian
is the
Thomas,
T? Yeah,
yeah.
okay. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I personally feel like over Parker Washington, Brian Thomas is the answer, and you can get him cheap enough to where he's worth more than. I'd give a late first, early second.
Would you trade
Listen.
Egbuka for him?
Not until I hear what's going on. If Mike Evans says he's definitely playing next year, and Chris Godwin are both staying with the Bucs and all that, I probably would. If it would depend on my team. If I'm rebuilding and I got 3 years out, then no.
Yeah.
But if I'm rebuilding and I think I could take it next year, I'd trade him in a heartbeat because I think Brian Thomas is going to be more valuable next year than Egbuka is if Mike Evans and Chris Godwin both come back.
I think I agree with you on the late first. I don't know about the Egbuka thing. That I'd really have to sit down and think about. I think if I could get, especially with this draft class,
Yeah.
if I can move a late first to pick up Brian Thomas, I think that's a better idea. But I will say, if I can move Brian Thomas right now for what I think is going to be a 2027 mid,
Yeah.
I would probably do that.
Oh, yeah. To get
Yeah,
into the
and
27
I think
draft.
I could get.
Yeah.
And I think if I had Brian Thomas, I would probably want more than a late first, unless I'm just completely fed up.
Yeah.
So, but if I could get a late first for Brian Thomas and maybe a late third or second, I might be willing to do that.
I think a lot of people are like looking at the emergence of Parker Washington, not paying attention to the fact that Travis Hunter, I mean, realistically, Hunter had kind of a bad year. He had one game where he started to really shine, and then all of a sudden he went on IR. So it's kind of like there's not a lot of solidity there. There's nothing that says this is what he's going to be.
I love
But
that
we know
word,
the
solidity.
talent, though.
Yeah, the
it's
talent's
kind of like
definitely there.
Jamar Chase coming into the league.
It's
Like we know how good he can be.
It's hard. We haven't seen it yet. Even when
Yeah.
he had 6 games before the injury, or 7 games before the injury.
But that's why T. Higgins in that first year was
It's-
drafted over Jamar Chase.
And we see where we go back and forth with it. So I feel like I feel like Travis Hunter is going to be a big part of it.
I think he's going to be the dude.
and he's going to help Brian Thomas, but I think Parker Washington he falls victim to being behind that. If
I
that
think
makes
so.
sense.
Yeah.
And I think that right now, I think a lot of people are putting Parker up here, Parker Washington over Brian Thomas.
Oh, I would.
And I think that they're mistakenly doing that because I'm in a lot of the forums and groups and I see all these people talking trades. This is the time of year when you can really get some good deals if you're paying attention, or at least you feel like you're getting good deals.
I think so. And we'll maybe talk about that next week, kind of some buy lows and stuff that we're thinking about.
But yeah.
All right, we'll move on to the next round. So we all had, I don't know if we all had different.
I think you and I are the same.
Yeah,
But the Baker,
I got the Bills going
Baker
through
has
instead of the
the Bills.
Jets.
Okay, so you kick us off then, Baker, since your second round is going to be different from our second
Okay,
round.
so it's going to reseed. So it's going to be the Patriots versus the Texans, and it's going to be the Bills versus the Broncos.
Okay.
And I think the Bills smash the Broncos.
Okay.
I don't know.
wow.
I really do. I don't think the Broncos are as good as they have been. I mean, watching the games, I mean, they've won a lot. They've got, 13 of their 14 wins were fourth quarter comeback wins. That's the most in NFL history. I mean,
Wow, is that a real stat?
yes. For
Wow,
this year,
I did not know that.
They've got 13 of their 14 wins were fourth quarter comebacks. And
That's a hell of a stat. I did not know that.
it's crazy that, but I don't think that that's going to be consistent. I don't know. It's happened 13 out of 14 times, so maybe I'm wrong. You know,
Right.
but I think the Bills.
Yeah, that's something you can do in the regular season against
it's
lesser opponents, but to do that against
And this
teams that
is-
are seasoned, and you got to play in the Bills.
Yeah.
And if the one thing the Bills are, they got experience in the playoffs. They got experience coaching, experienced players. And so I don't foresee them, if they have a lead going in the fourth of any kind of consequence, allowing Denver to do what
to
they've
just
done throughout
come
the regular
back
season.
and take it out. So
I agree with you on that. That's
I feel
that's
like-
a hell of a stat. I did not know that.
I feel like the Bills are gonna take the Broncos in this round, and I got the Patriots still beating the Texans. It's gonna come down.
Yeah.
I like the Texans. I think their defense is really good, and I think the Patriots' defense is good, and their offense is stellar.
Yeah.
But I don't know that it's going to equal out to what it's going to take to beat the Patriots. I really don't. So I got the Patriots walking through and the Bills walking through and going into the AFC Championship. So.
All right.
I'll agree with you on the fact that if I was picking the Bills to beat the Jags,
Yeah.
then yeah, they've got the Broncos.
Yeah.
But
It's oh no.
So
it's,
you go ahead and kick it off. So you're like me. You got the Broncos versus the Texans. So who do you got in that game?
I went with the Broncos, man. I do not trust that Texans offense. Like, yes, it's a great defense,
yeah.
but when you get with an explosive offense, I mean, it probably will be a fourth quarter comeback too. And you know, the defense gets tired in the fourth quarter. You know, so these guys.
Well, I don't know if you know this stat. The Broncos have come back and 14 of the wins, 13 of our fourth quarter comeback.
You got to be shitting me.
No. Look, I researched this shit before. I'm
Man.
telling you, I put in the fucking work.
Dead nuts, man.
That's the thing. Like, if it were the Bills instead of the Texans, I'm picking the Bills
Yeah.
because they have the experience. They're a more seasoned team than the Texans.
Yeah.
But since it's the Broncos and Texans, I'm going with the Broncos. And I feel like they will turn it on in the fourth quarter and get there. I don't have them winning the Super Bowl or anything, but I think they can beat the Texans. The Jags and Pats, though, like you were talking about, there's going to be that point where it feels like the Jags are an upstart team, you know, and
Yeah.
these teams that are not the blue blood teams, when they get into the playoffs, there's this point where they stumble for some reason. Happens almost every time. So I have the Pats. I think the Pats are an overall equal team, but it's the Pats, you know, it's the aura of the Pats.
I'll agree. I'll say, as far as these teams go, they're both kind of upstarts. You know, you got Drake May,
It is, but
Vrabel
it's
in his
still
first
the
season.
Pats, you know.
No, I agree that the nostalgia of the mystique of the organization. I also have the Pats winning that game, so I just wanted, but you know, I do feel it. But I put a lot of faith in Mike Vrabel. I loved Vrabel when he coached at Tennessee. I thought they were morons for getting rid of him, and what he's been able to do with the Pats. I was big on him trying to get him to the Panthers when he was out there and available, but I think that he is a calming influence in that locker room. I think that Liam Cohen is kind of an emotional type coach, and you wonder how that's going to carry in this. You know, is he going to be able to keep his emotions in check? How is that going to bleed through the rest of the team? Are they going to go in a little too hyped, a little too, you know, whatever? And so, you know, I don't know. I will say that Cohen does have playoff experience as an offensive coordinator when he's with the Buccaneers last season. I'm not sure about before that, but he does have the experience of being there. But as a head coach, as somebody who is probably going to be the coach of the year in the AFC, if it isn't Vrabel, and to be riding high with this team, I just think that this is where they get humbled, and the Patriots come out there with a well-designed game plan to go against that offense and finally remind them that they're good, but they ain't there yet. And then going to the Texans, I have the opposite. I've got the Texans beating Denver. I didn't know that stat from Baker, but I did have. It was one of those where it's like every time I watch Denver, they're always like on the verge of losing every game they're in, which obviously that's true.
So I messed up. They have 12 halftime losses with comebacks, 5 fourth quarter losses with comebacks. So
okay.
I misspoke.
So they got 5
but
fourth quarter
still-
comebacks.
It's still the
12
most
second half comebacks.
12 second half
Okay.
comebacks, most ever in NFL. 12 of their 14 wins,
Okay.
and 5 is the second most in NFL history.
Gotcha.
6 was the most fourth
Okay.
quarter comebacks. So.
Yeah.
But there's something to be
But it's
said
a-
for battle
for the-
tested teams.
Yeah,
like
well,
that.
for the second half. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's yeah, but that's, I just wanted to correct it because you started saying, I was like, you know what, maybe I skewed the numbers a little bit. So yeah,
I didn't want to
12.
research it because of how certain you were
Yeah,
about it.
I
I was like, he must have heard this somewhere and knows it. to be
Well, I
true.
went and looked it up. I heard it, and I was like, wait a second, that doesn't make sense. But it was 12, not 13, and it's second half comebacks, not
Gotcha.
fourth quarter. So I
Gotcha.
misspoke on it, but still, 5 fourth quarter. The next closest team was the Bills with 4. So
Okay. Well, but either way, it still fits the point that Denver is the team that's every team basically it's a 50-50 chance. And now in their defense, they pulled it out. But I think the Texans, with their defense and their ability to control the game for the most part, I think that they're going to be able to keep, they both have great defenses. So I just think that the Texans right now have a better defense. And I just don't want to see Butthole Lips make the freaking
Oh, I get it.
championship, man.
I definitely get it.
Sean
Right?
Payton, I just don't want to see his butthole face make it. That dude is such an arrogant SOB. And if he wins, he'll talk shit about D'Amico Ryans because he likes to shit on every
Oh,
coach
yeah,
he
absolutely.
coaches against.
Yeah.
And so that leaves me with the Texans and the Pats. So no matter how it played out, we all have 3 different AFC Championship games, but we all 3 have the Pats.
the
Yes.
the Patriots
So-
are there no matter what.
Yeah, so you got Denver and
Yes.
the Patriots. You've got Bills and the Patriots.
Correct.
And I've got Texans and the Patriots. So tell me who wins in your matchup of Denver and the Patriots.
It's the Patriots.
Okay, you got going on the road to Denver.
Yes.
All right, knocking Denver out.
Yes.
Okay.
I think they can pull it off. I do. There's this talk about the Patriots all season that, they have the softest schedule,
Right.
But I mean, what are you supposed to do against soft?
yeah,
you
you
beat
think-
the shit out of
Yeah,
them.
and they have.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. and they
they've
have.
done that. So
Yeah.
we don't know that they're not as good as it seems on paper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And they didn't make the schedule. You
And
don't know
they
who they're
should have
going to play.
beaten the
everything.
Bills at home. They had that game in hand, and I think that was a great learning experience for them if they were going to catch an
a
L
young
in that
team.
way.
Yeah.
There's a way for Vrabel to turn that into a teaching moment and say, hey, you got to keep your fucking foot on the neck.
And it would be cool to see Vrabel versus Sean in the
In
NFC
a straight fist
championship.
fight, that would be amazing.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
I would pay however much money they asked. I would figure out a way to pay it to watch Mike Vrabel just beat the shit out of Sean Payton.
Please,
That would
somebody.
be
do it.
hilarious.
But I think this will be one because that offense is so explosive, much more than the Texans. That this will be the
Yeah.
one that they can't come back in.
Yeah. All right.
get that.
So your Bills, Patriots. Who do you got?
I got the Bills upset them again. I mean, the first game, I don't know. You watch the Bills and Patriots. It's like I think the Bills
Now
walked
this
into that
one will
game.
be at New England. Then your
Correct.
game will be at
Yes.
New England.
Which they beat them at home this last
Yes,
week.
yes.
They lost to them. The Bills lost to them, the Patriots at home early in the season.
Right.
But I think it was more of we got this. Their head's this big and there's no way. And then all of a sudden they're like, holy fuck, who's this guy? Because it was
Right.
early in the season. It was at their own home and they got beat. That's what it was. So I think it was a little different game plan coming to the end of the season. It was at home for New England, and the Bills beat them. I think this is it's going to be a repeat. It's going to be like, look, you don't belong here just yet. You're a great team, but we need this. We have to have this, and the Bills pull us out and make it to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Finally,
I've got the Texans at the Patriots. Excuse me, and I've got the Patriots winning this game as well. So me and Bus both have the Patriots making the Super Bowl. I just think that the Texans their ride will end after they take out Denver, and then they'll get humbled by the Patriots. And their defense will be good, but They're going to find a way to get clapped. Trayvon Henderson's going to run for 2 touchdowns.
Ramondre may get 6 of them. He just got 3 this last week.
And through that, I think the Patriots playing at home and restoring it back to their glory days are going to find their way into the Super Bowl. So, all right, well, let's move on to the NFC. The NFC has the Seattle Seahawks as the 1 seed, Chicago as the 2 seed, Philadelphia coming in at 3, Carolina winning the South, getting the 4th seed, the Rams with the 5th, San Francisco with the 6th seed, and then Green Bay with the 7th. I don't want to say anything about this Carolina. I meant to talk about this at the top of the thing. So Carolina played. Did you watch? Did everybody watch the Tampa game? The Carolina Tampa game.
Oh,
I
that
didn't
shit
see
was
all
rigged.
the Tampa game, but
That
I
shit
saw
was
the
rigged.
Falcons game.
Yeah. So Tampa played Carolina, and I don't think I've ever seen worse officiating. And I'm not saying that just because I'm a Panther fan. I'm saying that
It was
because
pretty bad.
it was horrendous.
You know the tackle that Booty got that didn't get called for PI?
Oh yeah.
You remember that? You remember that? It was that times 3 the entire game.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
it
That's how bad the officiating
There was one play where a Tampa defender grabbed a Panthers player's
Coker
helmet
pulled Coker's helmet
and
straight off.
drug him across like he was pulling him across the field and ripped his helmet off his head. And there was no call.
No call,
There was
nothing.
2 refs standing
That's
there.
crazy. I
It
saw
was-
the same thing happen in the Georgia game this week against Ole Miss.
But it was
Yeah.
No
literally
call.
Yeah.
grabbed his helmet, ripped it off of his face
Yeah.
entirely.
They called a BS pass interference on Tetaroa McMillan, where they within a yard of the line of scrimmage, they made contact. The dude fell backwards because he stumbled. Tetaroa went downfield, caught like a 30-something yard pass, and then they come back and throw a PI. And now Carolina, instead of being first and whatever, at 1st and 10 down the field, they're 3rd and forever. There was no holding calls called on Tampa. If you watch, there's plays where I don't know, Baker scrambled for like 30 minutes back there running around. And if you look in the background of the play, you'll see offensive linemen tackling defensive linemen and laying on top, not blocking them to the ground, tackling them to the ground while Baker's running around. No holding call. And I'm just like, I'm screaming at the TV. So I say all that to say this. Had Carolina rolled into Tampa and got beat soundly, I would have been like, Saints need to win this. Let Tampa take it.
Yeah.
It's a done deal. Panthers don't deserve to be there. But after they got that game stole from them,
Would have been a completely different game had the
then I'm like, Falcons, I need you to right I need you to right this ship. I need you to fix this. You never met a bigger Falcons fan than this guy on Sunday, bro. I'm telling you right now, I was cheering for the Falcons like I've only ever cheered for the Panthers. And I told my brother, I said, no more 28-3 jokes. I'll never crack another one. The Falcons, no matter what goes on, moving on in the rivalry, the Falcons, I feel like we owe a debt. I feel like we owe a penance to the Falcons. Down the road, if we can figure out some way to help you guys get propelled when we're out of it, then I hope we do everything we can. But you guys went in there, beat the Saints soundly, who were hot. I mean, both teams were hot coming into this. Really, they both had won like the last 3 or 4 games coming into this game. But and it worked out great for you guys because still, even in winning, y'all still fired your head coach and your general manager. So hopefully that'll be good news after they hire Matt Ryan to run the team. So,
I really thought after that game, though, like, oh, this is going to save Raheem Morris's job.
I did too.
Yeah.
I 100% did. And I was like,
Since they got hot right at the end of the season.
yeah,
anyway.
I thought if they went in and beat the Saints, that would save his job, and if they got beat by the Saints, he would lose his job. Is what I was thinking in my head. But having said all that, that's where it is. So the first game on the slate is Chicago, Green Bay at Chicago, and then you have San Francisco at Philly, and then the Rams at Carolina. So tell me what you got, Bus.
All right, the Rams and the Panthers. I'm sorry to tell you this, but I do think the Rams are still a better team.
Lies. The Panthers already beat them. The Panthers are the better fucking. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Well, when it matters, Stafford will turn it on. And this is a Sean McVay team. They are battle tested. They've won a Super Bowl. They've been to the Super Bowl more than once.
Oh, yeah.
He might have 3 by now,
Matthew,
right?
Well, Matthew Stafford's got one with him. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they've only been with Stafford once. He went with Goff twice. I'm pretty sure,
Yeah, something like
but
that.
I can't
once.
remember.
I think he only went one. He went
Against the
against the
Patriots.
Falcons, right?
Hey,
No,
no, they're in the same.
yeah,
They're in the same conference.
Oh, it was against the Patriots. You're right. Never
Yeah.
mind. Because Sony Michel got the only touchdown.
Wasn't that
game.
like the
Yeah, that was-
30-3 game? Or
the-
No, it was like
the
8 to 3.
13 to
yeah, 13 to 3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like Sonny Michel got a touchdown in that game, and that was it as far as touchdowns
was
concerned. It was
dumpster
like
fire.
it was the worst. We watched it at Terrell's house. It was a terrible game.
Yeah.
I remember Terrell's like, "Come over and watch the Super Bowl."
I still wake up
It's
having
so bad.
nightmares
That
about
was
that
the
game.
shittiest Super
It
Bowl
was
of
so
all time.
slow, and the commercials sucked, and
Yeah.
I didn't get drunk because I was driving. I mean, the worst Super Bowl ever.
Those are the times where you know Tom Brady is not the best player. Why does he always
Yeah.
win?
It was terrible.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
But yeah, I've got the Rams
So
beating
you're right. Goff's only been to one. So
Yeah.
McVay's been to two. He went
there
one
you
with
go.
Goff, one with Stafford.
Yep.
It's
But
Stafford's first year. They just like, okay, Super Bowl.
yeah, well, much like Shanahan, I know they're old buddies and rivals, but they know what to do in these types of situations.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
yeah, I think the Panthers can put up a little bit of a fight, but they're not going to beat the Rams, in my opinion. I got the 49ers and the Eagles. The Eagles are kind of frauds, too. Like, yeah, they win because
Yeah.
of that defense. Their offense is horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the 49ers have a way better offense than much more explosive. This is one of those games where the 49ers can get out ahead by like 2 to 3 touchdowns, and the Eagles just can't catch up in the end. So I got the 49ers moving on there. The Packers and Bears. The Packers are one of the most terrible teams I've ever seen make the playoffs before.
Really?
Yeah. I know the first half of the season would tell you exactly the opposite of that. They look like the juggernaut of the NFC at the first half of the season, but I know I know they played their backups this week, but Jesus Christ, they look like the worst team in football.
Bro, they had a dude at quarterback I'd never heard of.
That's true. It's true. And you know what? They kicked that last field goal, and I was like, well, they're just doing that for funsies.
just to say they did
Yeah,
it.
for
just like,
funsies.
let's just see if we can kick a field goal here. But yeah, I think it's pretty obvious that the Bears are moving on there.
All right. Well, who do you got, Baker?
Okay, so let's break this down. I got the Seahawks winning the first round with their bye. This was a tough call for me because I don't think Sam Darnold can win in the playoffs.
Well, how good is the Bayes pass rush?
Well,
Because if they rush up the middle into Darnold's face, he's gonna
This is
fold.
what I'm saying. This is what was so hard for me to choose. I was like, this could be an easy Rams bye the second round. It very well could be, but Seahawks beat the bye, so that worked out.
Yeah.
Rams Panthers. I don't know. Rams are gonna. It could be ugly personally, but I think the Rams are gonna win.
And you have no faith in my cats.
I don't. I really
no
don't.
faith in my. You know what? The more doubt, the more power.
Oh, yeah,
that
no, I'm
feeds
Sometimes that works.
feline.
But aren't you on like a 4-game lose streak or something?
No,
3?
no, or maybe a 2.
I don't really know to say. I'm
gotta
not
look
saying
that
the
up.
Panthers have sucked.
There's no way we're on a 4 because we've been right at 500 every week, and we're still right at 500.
I
So
just think I just think the Rams are.
we were never 4 games above or 3 games.
The Rams are just like, I don't know. They get Devontae Adams back. They've been sitting in the last couple weeks. I think that's a piece that they truly need because these last few
Okay.
weeks is kind of you can see the
Hold
missing
on.
We
We beat Tampa.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes, my
So
bad, my
you
bad.
lost 3 out of 4.
Okay, that's probably true. Go ahead.
but I mean, if you notice, like the last couple weeks with the Rams, it hasn't looked as pretty as it has been earlier. And I mean, they get Devontae Adams this back. They should get him back for this. They've been sitting him so they can have him for the playoffs.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big piece they need. And it's. I think the Rams just kind of. I don't think it's a walkover game, but I do think they win by 2 scores. Maybe
You said it could get ugly. That's a walkover.
It can it can get ugly. I'm not saying it's gonna get ugly.
Okay, yeah, you
but I
said
think it
the
can get
potential
ugly.
is
Yes.
there.
I'm thinking like the Rams could come into
you're
this
right.
game.
It
and
could
just light a
get
fire.
ugly. It could. The Panthers could beat them by 3 touchdowns.
It could be Wait a second. Hold on.
You know what? There was that conspiracy theory or I don't know, synchronicity thing at
Where
the beginning
Panthers
of
are
the
going to
season.
go to the Super
That
Bowl?
the Panthers have to go to the Super Bowl this year.
I've seen like 10 videos of it.
J-Lo had a divorce.
Ohio State won a
Ohio State won
championship.
last
the
year,
the
exactly.
last year before. Yeah. Well,
And,
hey,
what was the
They
other one?
opened up against the
they opened
Jaguars.
Yeah,
Yeah,
against the Jags.
yeah.
They opened up against the Jags. Yeah,
the stars
It's
are
all
aligned.
playing into until the Rams
Shit,
come
I
to
gotta
town.
change my shit now.
Until the Rams come to town.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, no, I think the Rams take the Panthers in
Hey,
that game.
let's look at this though. The last half of the season or so, Bills Panthers, you lost 40-9. Packers Panthers, you won by 3. Saints Panthers 17-7, you lost.
Yeah.
Falcons, you won 30-27.
That
Yeah.
kicked ass. Yeah.
Well, it was a 3-point win, but
I just
you got blown out by the 49ers. You won by 3 against the Rams. I mean, you lost. Yeah, you won by 3.
they beat the Rams
Yeah. You lost to the Saints by 3.
twice.
You
Yeah.
beat the Bucks. You lost
Yep.
to the Seahawks by 17.
Yep.
And then you lost this game.
So that means since we've lost 2 in a row,
It's time to
Oh, it's
win.
time
it's time to
win.
fucking win.
Oh,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
it is.
saying?
I just
Based
think
off of that, all you're saying is it's time for them to show up for a game and do something nobody expects them to do.
Yeah, I mean, the NFL always surprises me. So this could be the game that would rock everything and shut it all down. But on paper and off paper, I don't know. I think the Rams beat the Panthers and Packers Bears. It was a super close game. The one they played last time. Jordan Love got injured. Malik Willis.
Yes.
Yes, Malik Willis came in and played the rest of the game. He didn't do bad.
Malik
But-
Willis is going to start somewhere next season or get the opportunity to.
He should. He looked like absolute garbage can at Tennessee, but then so did Levis and so did Cam Ward. Half of this, half of this season, like they got to realize that it's something to do with them, not the people that they have.
Well, they did. They fired the head
as their
coach.
quarterback. So yeah. So, but I mean, I think that Malik Willis came in and finished this game out, and if Jordan Love starts it, it could go either way. But I still think the Bears come out on top. I got the Bears beating the Packers. It's probably going to be like a last-second field goal, but it's not going to be a walk away on either side of this. I don't think.
So far,
but,
y'all are in step, right?
But I have and then I have the 49ers versus the Eagles, and I don't think it's close. I think the 49ers just destroy the Eagles.
Wow.
We agree.
I really do. The Eagles defense is super tough. It really is. But the 49ers, they've been playing with like the backups for receivers, and they're starting to get everybody healthy, and it still doesn't look good, but it's happening. Jennings has gotten a touchdown in the last 5 games. Kittle is freaking phenomenal. And if Kittle's not out there, Tonjes is in full replacement piece.
Tonjes could be a starting tight end.
I'm just saying, like they may introduce him more to where you're playing 2 tight ends and they play them both more, because this is 3 times this season where Kittle's missed time and Tonjes has stepped up and been a viable piece.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
them winning and everything. So I feel like they got something. They got some magic working for them, and I don't think it's going to take much of that magic to beat the Eagles. I
And
really
Brock
don't.
Purdy is now a super back.
Oh yeah, no, he is. He's
Dude, way he juked those fuckers 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
Oh, Stonefoot Purdy is now a mobile quarterback somehow.
well, that's what all season he's been seeing a shaman. That's why Mac Jones had to play for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
So that
The same
Purdy
one,
could see the shaman and
the
everything.
same one that Aaron Rodgers sees. It's like, but the shaman has more to work with Purdy because he's younger. He's like, I can work with this guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Aaron Rodgers is so old, I can just keep him in the game. I can't really like boost anything.
It's the same shaman that McCaffrey uses to steal the powers from everybody else around him to keep healthy this season.
No,
So
McCaffrey's tapping into some dark black magic. I don't know what he's into, but he is draining life force from other players around
all
him.
over the place. Everybody in the NFL's injured this season. That's why Justin Jefferson didn't get so many targets, because McCaffrey had to get them.
And watch it. Half the Eagles will get hurt in this game.
That's what's going to happen.
So he's going to start siphoning
He's
off
going
of
to
them.
siphon all theirs. Yeah. We're going to see McCaffrey on the sideline, the Eagles sideline behind there, just doing like this behind everybody, like waving his hands and stuff, and stealing all their mojo. Yeah.
Well, we'll call my we'll call my bracket the upside down. I got nothing with you guys. Right?
Really?
No. So I got Chicago. I got Green Bay beating Chicago. I think that's a rivalry as old as time.
It is.
Green Bay. I think that they're going to show up for that game. They benched all their starters, so that effectively they have a bye. They had a bye this week to try to sit back. And I think, again, we talk about upstarts. Chicago to me is an upstart. Caleb Williams, an upstart. I think this is a game that could be too big for them. They're going to be at home. The emotions are going to be high. Green Bay is the underdog, and they're going to come in looking for blood. They are the dog the wolf that's been cornered. And Chicago, I think they could potentially be feeling themselves a little bit. And I think Green Bay is going to go in there and win. Green Bay's defense was good before what's his lips Micah Parsons showed up.
Yeah, but it got worse when they added Travion Diggs.
It did.
Yeah, but their defense was good before him, and then they have faltered a bit here. So I think that they are a more seasoned team. They are a more experienced team in these type situations in the playoffs and big games than what Chicago is. And I think this is where Green Bay is going to come in and steal one. I do think Chicago is the better team overall. But I think that Green Bay is going to come in here and steal one from them in their house to put a little smack on them in this rivalry and send them back to their couches.
So you think the Bears are frauds, huh?
Well,
I think that I wouldn't say they're frauds. I think they're inexperienced. I think the same thing that you feel about the Jags is what I feel about the Bears.
I will say the Bears beat the Packers the first time they played them.
Right.
And they lost them the second time. And the big piece was Josh Jacobs. So if Jacobs is healthy,
exactly,
it could be a game changer for them because Jacobs had like 130 yards and a touchdown the first game, but he only touched the ball 4 times the next game. So as long as
he was also hurt coming to that game,
that's what I'm saying. Like these last 3 weeks,
as long as they don't let Emmanuel Wilson, good God, bro. They said I saw a thing that's like Emmanuel Wilson rushed for 25 yards on this play, and I watched the replay, and he kept running backwards, and I'm like, well, when is he going to break around the end and run 25 yards? And then he got tackled. I'm like, oh, they meant the other way.
Lateral.
Never mind. And so, but yeah.
So Jacobs could if he's healthy. I mean, you know, he's dealing with the knee injury and he hasn't played really the last 2 games. So I mean, as long as he's healthy and he's good to go, it could be a big decider.
2 main factors for me. Green Bay has nothing to lose coming in this. I mean, yeah, there is pressure on them because of Green Bay, but there's not as much pressure with them being the 7th seed, them being 9-5-1 or whatever their record is, 9-6-1, and I think, and then the second thing is that they're a more seasoned, weathered team when it comes to the playoff atmosphere, the nerves and all that stuff. You got a brand new head coach with the Chicago Bears. You got a second-year quarterback who's still learning this offense, who is very explosive at times and is also very like, what the fuck are you doing at times?
Shitty. We saw it this week. The first half of the game was like, what are you doing? Like, exactly. It was bad. Yeah.
And so, you know, Jordan Love, I don't know if I don't think he's an elite quarterback, but he's been in this system. He is a more, I think, trustworthy quarterback right now. And so I just think that Green Bay is going to go in there and just remind everybody that Chicago's not ready. And then Philly, San Francisco, I don't know. It's hard for me to not count Philly. I can see exactly what you guys are saying. I do think that Kyle Shanahan is a great offensive mind. I do think Brock Purdy is a good superback. McCaffrey is this, but it's hard for me to look at that Philly defense and think that, you know, they're not going to keep that game in check enough for Jalen Hurts to eventually wake up in the second half, and they use those explosive players they have, and win the game. It's hard for me to imagine that at some point this offense isn't going to wake up enough to make a run. And, you know, and so on paper, Philly is the better team on both sides of the ball. They have more offensive talent. They have far more defensive talent than San Francisco. And so they're playing at home And so I believe they're going to pull it all together, but it could go the other way too. It's not this. I'm not hard onto it. It's just more of, I just think Philly has too many horses that they're not going to knock San Francisco. San Francisco cannot get pressure on the quarterback, and so Jalen Hurts is going to be able to have as much time as he wants to sit back there and find a receiver. And when you have AJ Brown and Devonta Smith and
Saquon Barkley, even, I mean,
yeah,
he runs
they're
out.
gonna. I think he's going to be able to at some point just sit back there and make the plays, because they're not going to get pressure on him. And then I have to roll with my dudes. If I had to put money on it, obviously I'd take the Rams, but Panthers haven't been in the playoffs forever. I'm not going to sit here and oust them in the first round. I just can't do it. they beat the Rams this season. Obviously, the Rams are a better team.
And with all the voodoo,
The same argument I just gave for Philly, I'm going against in this game. Okay, I'm openly admitting that.
Logic be damned.
Yeah, logic be damned when your heart's involved. And so it's like,
well, I got the Bills going to the Super Bowl, man.
Yeah.
It's
but at least it's the Bills. And so I'm riding with Carolina. And you know what Carolina has on their side, they've got whatever the energy of the universe on their side. It's, and so 2 times they've been in the Super Bowl. There's 3 major things that have happened, and they're all the same things that have happened to put them there again. And just at what if the Panthers make it with those same 3 things, what does that even mean? I don't know what it means.
it's pretty much means that the NFL is scripted.
Yes.
And it's all written in stone before the game starts.
So yeah,
They went away from the logos this year and said, let's go with this. And
yeah, and so those are my 3. So all right, so next round, what do you got, Bus?
I don't know, man. I was thinking, like, what would be the worst Super Bowl matchup? And I was like, Panthers, Steelers.
God.
But yeah.
That would be pretty bad.
So we got the Rams and the 49ers. This is basically the the NFC West showdown right here.
Yeah.
Rams, 49ers, Seahawks. Oh, wait.
So
Why do I have the Rams twice? Wait.
You had Chicago
Bears. I wrote Rams instead of Bears.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh.
From a distance, they kind of look the same. All right, got the Rams and the 49ers, the Seahawks and Bears.
Okay.
And that's a tough one. I mean, this is the it's not even the teacher versus the student. It's more like peers versus each other. And these two are like interlocked. Sean McVay and Kyle Shanahan interlocked in this galactic battle where they're just going to face each other for all of eternity.
Yeah, until one of them dies or retires.
Exactly. So, I mean, who wins that matchup most of the time? It's Shanahan. So I'm going with Shanahan.
What's
here.
this look for? What's going on?
You have who playing?
The Rams and the 49ers. Did I get the seeding wrong?
Yeah, you should have the seeding wrong. So it should be the Seahawks and the 49ers.
Oh, maybe that's why I wrote the Rams down
It should
there.
be Seahawks, 49ers.
Yeah,
and then
okay.
Bears and Rams on the next
So
one.
I had it right the first time, and then I wrote Rams twice.
I was like, wait a second.
Okay.
Did I fuck up? But I wrote the numbers beside them. It should be the Seahawks 1 seed plays the 49ers 6 seed.
Well, you know what? I have the Rams and the 49ers in the next level.
Oh, okay.
There it is.
Hey, I do too. So no matter how it works out,
So you guys are making all the way to the NFC with the Rams, 49ers.
Rams 49ers.
All right.
No matter how we figured it up, the Rams and 49ers win it.
So 49ers, Seahawks, 49ers wins.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bears, Rams win.
That's exactly how I have it.
Mm-hmm.
Identically.
All right.
Just like he spoke.
I knew something was off there. I'm like, the Rams are on there twice. That don't make sense.
Yeah, because they're so good. They're going to play twice.
Yeah, they're going to play twice.
Well, since I'm just fucking around over here doing whatever I want, I got Green Bay beating Seattle in round 1. Because, I mean, look, I think Seattle's a paper tiger. Look, I ain't been on Darnold since the beginning. I ain't going to start now. If he proves me wrong, then next season I'll change my ways. But I wasn't on Darnold before the season. I don't think he is a primetime performer. I think the heavier the weight, the more he crumbles. And so I don't know the defense is going to be able to carry him through the playoffs the way it's carried him this last few games of the season. because it has. If you go back and look at his stats, he's
last 3
not
weeks
been good.
It's been pretty bad, yeah.
And so I think Green Bay is going to, coming off their high of beating Chicago, they're playing with house money, and so they're going to go and knock out the Seattle Seahawks, and then Carolina. They're going to go into Philly, and they're going to knock out the Eagles, bro.
Wait a second. You're telling me the 49ers can't beat the Eagles, but the Panthers can?
Listen, we've already decided that logic and reason has been left at the fucking door, homie. All right, when we're talking heart here. All right, and when Carolina gets done with the Rams, there is again. We're talking about teams playing with house money. We're going to see an emergence of Bryce Young's legacy start to begin in this offseason, where it's just going to become where everybody's like, "Holy shit!" The Panthers did make the right choice in taking Bryce, and they're going to just I've almost said rise up, which it took rising up to get him here, but they're going to take it. They're going to tell the Falcons thank you, and they're going to run it all the way to the NFC Championship, where I will say they lose to Green Bay, and I got Green Bay going to the Super Bowl.
I'm gonna go ahead and call a psychiatrist and go ahead and put them on hold. That way you have somebody to talk to after the first round of the playoffs.
No, listen.
Or maybe the second. Actually, if they lose in the first round, it won't be as easy. It won't be difficult to deal. You'll be fine. But if they lose in the second round, you're going to need to talk to a professional.
Hell no.
You're going to have to talk to a professional.
If they make it to the second round, it'd be like they won the Super Bowl for me.
But I'm saying, right now. But if they lose at that point, you're going to be like, it's going to be the worst.
I'll tell you right now. It depends on how they lose. If they do get absolutely clapped by the Rams,
or if they lose like they
hurt.
did to the freaking Bucks with officiating and stuff, that'd be
I think I'd rather get blown out. That way, halfway through the game, I'm like, well, let me watch something else. I hate those.
Let's see what the Patriots are doing.
Last second when you're like, we're going to do it. We're going to do it.
I will say the last
we
second.
shit the bed.
I will say the last second ones hurt way more in the moment.
Yeah,
but they're easier to shake off.
When other teams are making fun of you?
No, when you just go, you know what? We took the fucking Rams to the wire.
We took them all the way to the wire.
We took them to the fucking wire. They didn't come into our house, beat us by 40, and leave us freaking laying on the floor dead. So.
Yeah. So you got the Packers going to the Super Bowl.
I finally have the Packers beating Carolina. If I'd have known before we did these that all those I had forgot about the mystical shit, I might have said fuck it, Carolina.
Carolina takes it all the way.
Might as well.
I mean, at this point, it's not going to make a difference. I mean, well,
if it does happen, you'll be like, I told you, motherfuckers.
In that match, I got the 49ers playing the Rams, and I got the 49ers winning going to the Super Bowl. So. And then in the AFC, I got the Patriots playing the Bills, and I got the Bills beating the Patriots. It's the 49ers Bills Super Bowl, baby.
So who do you got going to the Super Bowl in the NFC then, Bus?
I got Pats and Rams.
Oh, yeah. It's going to suck when they get clapped by. It's going to ruin your whole bracket, man.
Once the Panthers beat the Rams, they're never going to make it that far.
If the Panthers beat the Rams, then I'm done with this season anyway. I'm like, this game don't make no damn sense.
It doesn't. I don't understand football anymore. None of this stuff makes sense.
Well, we'll save our closing out our whatever's for next week. We're already at the 1 hour mark. I don't want to try to rush it, so we'll save the stuff. My question to you, Bus, is: do you want to be here for the award show? You want to be part?
Yeah.
Okay, so what me and Baker will do on Thursday is, and you can send some to us in the chat, is we'll do some.
You come out Thursday if you can make it.
I mean, you're welcome to.
I have to record on
Why
Thursday.
not? But I'm just saying, like, if today
or Friday, if either one of those work for you. Next week we're gonna switch to just 1 day a week, or one show a week. So we'll finish this out with 2 this week, unless you guys just want to push on through to the end. We can talk about that.
I'm
afterwards.
here for the ride, baby. That's what.
It's at your house, homie. So
that's what I'm saying. I pay the bills here.
But on Thursday we'll talk about we'll go back and look at our ride or dies and our standings.
Yeah.
Not our hot takes, our bold predictions.
Stuff like that, yeah.
We'll wait for Bus next week. We'll do the bold predictions, and we'll do our nominees next week.
Yep.
And then we'll do who wins it the week after.
So yeah, send in your nominees. Who you want to nominate?
Well, yeah, I'll sit down and get a list together of all the stuff,
All the
and
awards
then
and
the
all.
all the
Yeah, give
awards,
me the categories. Yeah.
and then we'll get that together for next week. So, yep, there it is. There's our playoff.
Did we give
predictions.
who's winning the Super Bowl?
Oh no. So
I don't want to talk about it.
I don't know.
You pick somebody you don't want to win.
No, I just picked the Super Bowl. I don't know who's going to win. I have no idea.
I haven't really thought about it. I have Green Bay and the Patriots. I guess with this, I'm going to go Patriots. I think the AFC is a better conference right now, and I think they got better teams. So I'm going to go Patriots win the Super Bowl.
I have Bills and 49ers, and this is the biggest spotlight the Bills have ever been in. And I think
You got to give your boy his ring.
I
You got to give him his
think
ring.
the Rams are going to win this. I think they're going to no. I think the Bills probably if they're going to make it here, they're going to take it.
I got Carolina playing the Bills, and I think the
Carolina walks away with it. Yeah, that's what it is. I'm not playing with no hoodoo. I know you got some stuff figured out. And the Panthers are going to make it there. If the Panthers play the Bills, Panthers win. They can have it.
You might as well give it to them.
That's what I'm saying. It's just
shit,
like
that's
we're not even
impressive
going to play
that you got here.
The Bills are going to walk in and go, "Who are y'all?"
And they're going to be like, we don't fucking know. What are we doing here? Is this? We've heard there's a buffet.
All we know is we're the best in our division, which isn't saying a lot for football, but it is the
might
best in
not
our
actually
division.
be true, but
Yeah, I got the Pats and the Rams playing in the championship, and I think that would be a really fun matchup. I have the Rams and Stafford winning his second Super Bowl.
Oh, nice.
all right.
He deserves it, but I think
so.
Josh Allen deserves this first more.
He does, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, that's
Well, if the Bills can just get past the Jags, I think they have a really good chance of winning it all.
They do have a good.
The
road
only
up
thing
to
that's
it, so-
here's the only thing that's bad about what's going to happen. If Josh Allen wins, he can't win. If he gets knocked out, they're going to be like, well, he can't even do it without Lamar and all them and Mahomes and Burrow.
It's
and if
gonna
he
be-
wins it this year without them in there, they'll be like, well, it
The
took
only reason he
the
can
only
do it.
reason is because he
Yeah.
didn't have to go around Mahomes and Burrow and Lamar.
Yeah.
But either way, I don't buy into any of that shit. I think that like y'all had alluded to when we were talking before, there's still some really good fucking quarterbacks.
Oh, yeah.
that he's going to have to go past to get to where he wants to go.
And at the end of the day, I mean, you put a ring on your finger. That's all that truly matters. You get the ring. I mean,
Yeah.
you win the Super Bowl. It doesn't matter. It's the same thing that everybody
History-
argues over MVP. And
History
all
will
this stuff
forget all
too,
that
so
bullshit when
it
we're
will,
talking.
exactly.
When they're talking down the road, they'll say, Lamar's
When
got.
he's got the one
Or,
Super Bowl ring for the Bills,
yeah, yes.
it'll
because
all go away.
Jim Kelly had 4 chances.
Yeah, oh no, that's what I'm saying. Like
In
it's,
a row, which I mean, imagine going to
Oh, yeah.
4 Super Bowls in a row
and not winning any of them.
Yeah,
No,
which
that's-
is, just going to 4 in a row is insane.
yeah.
Let's see
Trust
what the
me.
odds are before we close this down.
Well, the Bills' odds are winning.
I will say, if you're going to bet, just because I guarantee the odds are the best, bet $10 on the Panthers.
Yeah, throw 15. Fuck it.
Now, this may surprise you, but they are last.
yeah. No, what?
Wait, the Panthers are last.
Right below the Steelers.
Okay.
I don't believe that.
What's the percentage though? I mean, it's got to be like 19 and
Dude.
18.
Dude, check this out.
They got to be. I'm going to guess. What are the odds in hundreds? Are they like 10 to 1s or whatever?
Yeah, 10 to 1.
Okay, so I want to say the Panthers are 25 to 1.
Say 40 to 1.
That's not even close, right?
I was gonna
50
say-
to
I'll
1.
tell you this: the Steelers are 45 to 1 right now.
Okay, so they're what, 75 to 1, 6?
150 to 1.
Oh, I'm telling you, that's your money bet right there. Look, it's not going to pay out, but if it does,
If you
wow.
throw $10 on there, you got
Yeah,
you
that's
a
what I'm
big chunk of
saying.
change.
That's $1,500 on a maybe
No, $10.
on 15 or 150 to 1.
Yeah, you're right, 1,500.
They are 50 to 1 just to win the conference.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, that would have been. Imagine if you can put 100. Oh man, I
But,
might have to do
Imagine if
something
you
stupid.
just do stupid stuff and put $10,000 on the Panthers to win it right now.
I
that's
could, first of all, I couldn't put $10,000 on anybody.
I'm just saying if you could.
Let me make $10,000 and
you
I'll
got
think about
10,000 I can borrow.
it. Yeah.
I could loan you 4, probably, maybe.
You can loan me 10 if you go to the bank.
Well, no, I could loan you 4 that I would feel comfortable about maybe getting back in our lifetime friendship.
Good luck. Hey, when the Panthers went, when do they got to go to
Look.
the conference championship? Because this is where I got them.
50-1.
50-1.
Okay, all right.
No, but I'm saying like
If I was going to bet, that's what I'd bet.
if we keep updating text with what you owe me.
I only owe you $15 right now.
Right
bro.
now, no, I know it's good, but I'm just saying if I loaned you $4,000, I don't know that I'd come out of 10 grand before any of before we quit being friends or something. Before I'm like, dude, look, it's been too long.
But apparently none of us believe this, but the leader right now.
Wait a minute. The leader of all teams, AFC,
Yes.
NFC,
Yep.
the number
It's the Rams.
it's Denver.
Mm-mm.
We're both wrong.
Denver's third.
Really?
Is it an AFC team?
Yes. No, NFC, sorry.
Oh wow.
Is it?
Philly.
It's the Seahawks.
No, it's the Seahawks.
Oh.
It's the Seahawks.
That is hard for me to believe.
That doesn't.
People
yeah,
are putting money on the Seahawks right now.
that's crazy. To lose to the bye.
Well, they had a
almost?
top. No, listen. I mean, they had a was it a top 5 scoring defense,
Yeah.
and I'm sure, or offense, and I'm sure they have a top 5 defense. So that makes
Dude,
sense on paper.
Does that not feel tough for you to put money on Sam Darnold winning a Super Bowl?
Oh, no, it really does.
absolutely.
But people are obviously doing it.
Yeah.
They're
What are
plus
their odds?
350.
So what is that in the? Was that? What I don't know. What plus 350 is that?
I
35
ain't
to
that
1?
big on betting, but no, that's like the opposite direction.
Oh, it's like 1 to 35.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you have
basically.
to bet. You $10 gets you 350 is what I think that means.
If he wins, if you put $10 on the win,
I think
you would win
$10 would
$3.
get you 35.
35.
35.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
yeah,
don't
no, that would be $350. You said.
No.
Yeah. Plus
I think you got to bet. You got to bet 350 to get $10.
Yeah,
That's what
something
it
like
is.
that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think so. Yeah. yeah.
That's what it means. I'm pretty
That's
sure.
Still, that's
That's
insane. That
Yeah. So if you bet $700 on them, then you win
look,
$720.
I'd put 100 on the Panthers before I put 100 on the Seahawks,
yeah.
just because of
absolutely.
the odds and the I mean, and I can cash out at before they play the first game and get my money back.
The Rams are plus 425. Broncos are plus 650. Patriots, that might be a decent bet, plus 950. So you're going to get almost double your money if they win.
On the win of the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Yeah, that's still
And then you go into the Bills that are 10-1 right now. That's a decent bet in my opinion.
I think so too.
Even the Jaguars 13-1.
Yeah.
Possible.
And like I said, on paper, I think the Jags should beat the Bills.
If
It becomes more of a who's been here, who knows how to handle the situation better. I
Mhm.
think the Bills walk off with it. But,
So here it is.
or not
You
walk
said they're
off, but-
plus 350.
Yes.
So if I bet $10, I win $35.
See, that's what I was thinking, but
Yeah,
So that would be. So
It
that's
feels-
not 35-1. That's,
but you'll get your original. According to AI, you get your original. This
you
is
get your money back
y-
plus
yeah.
35.
So you get $45 if you bet 10.
Mm.
and they win. But if they lose, you're out $10, and the Panthers advance. Wait, is that what we're
Well,
talking
no,
about?
I wonder why they write them out like this then. You see this? Yeah, they write them out as like half of them are plus whatever.
So the negatives
and
mean that they're the higher. If you're negative 350 to win,
Yeah,
they're
That's
the higher
when you-
odds to win.
That's ESPN. There's got to be a different.
It's
You need
coming
like a
from DraftKings Sportsbook.
Yeah, that's crazy because like it shows like a plus 350 and then 11-1 odds on another team. So
Yeah.
it's not like it's the same separation between all of it. So I guess you get
Well, see-
paid over your bet. Where
So that's tough to.
So so the Seahawks are plus 350 at DraftKings, plus
Yeah.
350 Sports Illustrated, plus 400 basically in Yahoo Sports, and plus 420 at FanDuel. So
if you know how to bet, go make your bets.
Yeah,
but don't take them from us. 'cause
we
Yeah.
we
I have
the
not
average
better enough
bet-
to
we
know
live
all
in Georgia.
this.
They don't allow us to do this shit
Exactly.
without going to another
yeah,
state.
Yeah.
if Jake was here, he would break it all down for us. That dude bets more games than any person I know. So
What about your buddy in Cali?
no, the guy here, Brant, he's more of a poker guy.
But
But
see, like the 10-1 makes sense to me. But
yeah.
the plus
Yeah, I understand
350
10
is
to
like,
1 odds. I understand, or I understand
So I
those
guess-
odds better because of horse racing. Like people will talk about plus 350. I've had it explained to me, and I understood it when it was explained, and then it's not stuff that I keep in my mind, so it gets pushed out because I don't do
that's
it.
what I'm saying. I don't bet enough to know, but I'm Jake, man. That dude talks German to me on his bets.
Well, that makes it even more confusing. Like if you're going to explain it to me in German, I'm way more lost.
It's crazy.
But I think it's a good deal. Buffalo Bills.
You tell me it's plus
$10
$9
for every dollar?
Plus $9. Oh, come on, I had a good German joke going over.
It was all right. But yeah, no, bet the Buffalo Bills right now. They're going to go and they're going to win against 49ers in Super Bowl.
Panthers.
Whoa! Bet the Panthers. Just throw $10 on.
Hey, they're just average, baby.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
they're
at those odds. Who cares? Throw $10 to be done with it. Yeah.
The NFC South and the Carolina Panthers are the mascot of this podcast because they're pretty much just average.
Yes,
at least three teams in there are just out. You had three teams finish at 8 and 9, all fighting, and it took a weird kind of if this team beats this team because of tiebreakers, the blah blah blah. It was just an. But you know what? None of those three teams that finished 8 and 9. You know, none of them finished. They didn't finish last.
They didn't finish last
because
they all tied
when
for
you
first.
finish average. When you finish average, you don't finish last.
You do not.
So, hope you guys have a good one out there, and we'll talk to you later in the week as we get ready for the NFL playoffs.
Later.
Deuces.
Holla.